Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all for this ongoing webinar series 2020-2026 organized by Department of Psychology, American College Madurai and the Department American College Madurai with the different associate partners. Yellow Pond Counseling, Wellness, Yellow Pond India Counseling and Wellness and Tamil Nadu Counselors and Psychotherapists Association. Today is 2296th session. Today's topic is the psychology of social media. Our resource person is Ms. Ambika Batmanabhan. I welcome you, ma'am. I welcome other participant for this ongoing webinar series. I like to share few about our resource person, Ms. Ambika Batmanabhan. She is the Vice President, Indian School, Salag Sultanate of Oman. I like to share few about the resource person's profile. Wait. I'm searching. The psychology of Ambika Batmanabhan is an accomplished academic leader, educator, education technology specialist, and the lifelong learner with over 22 decades of diverse professional experience spanning education, technology, business, operation, and organizational leadership. Currently serving as a Vice President of Indian School, Salah Sultanate of Women. She has played the pivotal role in integrating innovative teaching practices, digital transformation initiatives, and student-centered learning approaches within the school ecosystem. Her expertise lies in the leveraging technology to enhance the teaching, learning, assessment, and the educational administration. She possesses a multidisciplinary educational background. She holds in BTech, Information Technology, Banking in Business Administration, Masters, a B.Ed in Mathematics and Science, and the postgraduate in Psychology and Psychotherapy and Counseling and Psychotherapy. The unique combination of qualification enables her to bridge the field of technology, psychology, education, and leadership. A passionate advocate of meaningful technology integration in education, she recognized of work in educational technology, artificial intelligence and learning, and digital citizenship, data informed decision making, and future ready education. She is also Google for Education certified innovator, reflecting a commitment to transforming a learning to the innovation and collaboration. As a trainer, mentor, researcher, public speaker, she regularly conducts the workshop under section on educational leadership, psychology, artificial intelligence, communication, personal development, digital well-being, and student success. Her area of interest include authentic intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence, educational psychology, digital well-being, leadership, development, behavioral change, and future learning. I welcome you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that detailed introduction. So there are around 22 participants in the meeting. So I welcome you all to today's session. So today's session will be about the psychology of social media. Now, why did I choose this topic for today's session? Now, when we talk about the psychology of social media has become ubiquitous. It is present everywhere and its influence is present everywhere. So, as psychologists or someone who's interested in psychology, we need to understand the psychology behind it. So, to start with, today we will be discussing about the social media revolution. Why are humans so vulnerable? Because we humans, we are prone to a lot of things. So why is that humans are so vulnerable? What is the psychology behind every scroll? And what are the major psychological theories which are applied to social media? What are the cognitive biases exploited by social media? Algorithms and the psychology of attention, mental health, what are the benefits and risks? What is positive psychology and how can we achieve digital well-being? What is the future of social media psychology? So I have divided this session into various segments. Now let us start with segment 1. Now in this picture, you can see the evolution of social media. Now the picture shows various users connected using email, Orkut, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and AI-powered social media. Now, 20 years ago, social media was seen as a simple way. It was a way to stay connected with friends. Whereas today, it influences what we think, what we buy, whom we trust, how we vote, how we learn, and even how we feel about ourselves. So, social media is no longer just a communication platform, it is one of the largest psychological ecosystems that has ever been created. So, this shows clearly how social media or social platform has evolved. As you can see in the slide, from 1995 to 2003, the purpose of social media was to connect people. It was basically to enable communication between people. From 2004 to 2010, it became a platform where you share your life experiences. And then from 2011 to 2018, we had this influencers economy. And from 2019 till date, it's AI driven personalized experiences. So earlier, we were trying out how do I stay connected with people? Whereas today, we think about how do we keep users engaged longer? What content should be delivered to a user to keep that person engaged for a longer time? So on the screen, what you see is the statistics. As per the global level, here you can see that around 5.5 billion internet users are there. In that, more than 900 million internet users are from India. Around 5.4 billion social media users across the globe, from which more than 500 million social media users are from India. On an average, an individual spends 2 to 2.5 hours of time on social media. Now, if I ask you all a question, like who can spend 2 hours every day reading a psychology textbook, I know I'll be getting a response that it's impossible. Yet, as shown on the screen, you can see how billions of people willingly they spend 2 hours daily on platforms specifically designed to capture and retain their attention. So this gives us an indication the growth of social media platforms. Now let's see why psychology is at the heart of every platform. Because every click that you do is psychological. We no longer ask how does technology work. People are more focused on how does the human mind work. Here I have a detailed comparison between the platform feature versus psychological principle. Now, when I talk about likes, what is the psychological principle behind it? It talks about social validation. If we look at notification that comes on a mobile phone, it is related to variable rewards. The stories that you see on social media, it is related to fear of missing out. We'll be talking about these psychological principles very soon, but I'm just doing a comparison between the various platform feature and the psychological principles. Infinite scroll, which denotes the habit formation. Your followers is related to social identity, and comments related to need for belonging. Now, why can't we stop scrolling? Because the brain loves uncertainty. The brain loves uncertainty. You can see the social media habit loop on the screen. Now, what is the social media loop? It is based upon the Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, if you look at the screen, you can find out it's the core foundation of behavioral psychology. It is referred to as the habit loop, and it was, popularized. It was made popular by The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and as I had mentioned, the Atomic Habits book written by James Clear. The first one is a cue, which is going to act as a trigger. Now, what is the trigger? That trigger tells you that there is going to be a possible reward. So that is the trigger. So sometimes the trigger can be internal, which can be boredom. Sometimes you may feel loneliness. That is an internal trigger. Or it can be an external notification, probably a vibration. One vibration comes, immediately you get that trigger. The next one, the moment you get a cue, you get into the action or the routine, which becomes a routine later on. So the behavior you perform in response to the trigger or the cue. For example, you get a vibrating sound, immediately you pick your phone. That is your response or your action. And then comes the reward. What is the reward? So the payoff that satisfies the craving triggered by the cue. In social media, this can be a hit of dopamine from a new like. You see how many likes you're getting. Okay, so that dopamine hit is the reward for you. And then what happens? You start repeating it. Your brain notes that the action led to a positive reward. So the neurological pathway gets strengthened. The next time the cue appears, you immediately feel the urge to act because it becomes automatic. So in the context of modern social media, technology platforms also, the same pattern is being used precisely. You have a cue, you have an action, you have a reward, and then you start repeating it. So that's the reason why we can't stop scrolling. We have to remember this. If you're not paying, you are the product. Many times you find apps that are free, websites which don't charge you anything. We think, it's free, and you start using it. You become a consumer of that particular app. But then what happens? You become the product. When I say you, it is not you who is the product. It is your attention, your behavior, your preferences, your emotions, your purchasing decisions. Everything becomes the product. So why this matters to psychology? Why should we discuss about this psychology of social media today? Because we study about attention. We talk about improved memory. We talk about emotions, theories of motivation, how we can persuade people. We discuss about decision-making strategies. We talk about identities, relationships. But when I say social media, you won't believe social media affects every one of these. So it becomes all the more important that we are aware about the psychology of social media. So with that, we complete segment 1. That gives us a foundation about why we are discussing about the psychology of social media. Now we are moving on to the second segment, where we will be discussing about why are humans so vulnerable? Why? Because whenever a fashion product comes, it is usually a rat or a mouse which is being tested. But for social media, human beings are being tested. Why is it so? We didn't evolve for social media. What does that mean? Now, our brains, if you look at, it had evolved over hundreds, thousands of years in small communities where social acceptance was essential for survival. We all wanted to be socially accepted. And social media taps these into these ancient psychology systems, that is connection, acceptance, information, novelty, status, belonging. It taps into all these psychological systems, making it highly engaging. So, in one sentence, I can say that social media activates all of these needs simultaneously. There is a theory called social validation theory. Now, what is that social validation theory? Now, do others approve of me? All the time, most of the time? Okay, we always worry about others. Will the society accept this? Will they approve my actions? We are always constantly, concerned about others. We constantly seek feedback from others. Now, when I talk about social media, how do I ensure this validation? From where do I measure this social validation? In social media, this validation comes through likes, it comes through reactions, comments, shares, followers, blue ticks, and views. Now, can I quickly have a reaction from you with a thumbs up that you're all following this session? Are the reactions available here? No, I don't find it. Okay, fine. No problem. So, your social validation theory constantly helps you to seek feedback from others. Now, when we talk about what is the psychological impact of this social validation, it can be positive, it can be negative. When I say it's positive, how is it positive? Because that boosts my self esteem. I win in a competition, I post it on my social media platform, I get a lot of likes, I get a lot of comments. That boosts my self esteem. It also reinforces positive behavior. You do a charity, you post it, people encourage it, people appreciate it, then you start doing a lot of charity. So it reinforces, positive behavior, and also your posting behavior encourages repeated engagement. But what is the negative side of it? If you don't get the expected number of likes, if you don't get reactions, then it leads to self doubt, anxiety, and sometimes even deleting posts. So here there is a small, snippet of a girl who just uploads her photograph, okay, at 11:03 a.m. And by 11:08 a.m., she constantly starts checking like how many likes I have received, how many comments I have received, who all have liked my post, who are yet to like my post, who are the people who are not friends with me, but still they have liked my post. You start interpreting, making sense out of those comments. Okay. And if you don't get it, you have a best friend who has still not liked it. You start thinking, worrying about it. You start analyzing the likes. Why people are not liking? Why only 4 likes? Why not many likes? Is the photo boring? Should I delete it? People are not liking it. So you constantly try to seek social approval. So this is based upon the social validation theory. We humans, we constantly look in for validation or feedback from others. The need to belong, which is one of the strongest psychological needs. So humans, we all have, there is no exception at all. Everyone has a deep desire to be accepted, to feel included, to build relationships and be part of a group. So how does your social media tap this? You have WhatsApp communities, you have group chats, you have fan clubs, you have college groups, you have professional networks. So all these things gives you emotional support. Whenever you feel down, you talk to your community, like, it happened in my institution, what is the procedure in your institution, you discuss with them, so that gives you an emotional support. Identity exploration. You are a good artist. You join a community. You see people inspiring through that artwork. You also feel like posting your artwork. So, identity exploration, social connectedness. You don't feel isolated anymore. The world has shrunk in size through social media. So, there is reduced isolation. But what happens when you don't get the validation that you expect? You start feeling loneliness. You start comparing your life with others. There is social anxiety and fear of exclusion. The next one, we are talking about why humans are vulnerable. The next reason is about the reward pathways. Now, when something enjoyable happens, yes, your brain's reward system becomes active. You start repeating it more and more. For example, when you eat your favorite food, your brain is satisfied and then you start developing the craving for it. So, how does social media give you the rewarding experiences? Through likes, comments, followers. Your post becomes viral, the number of shares becomes more. There is unexpected notification. All these are the various reward pathways. Thank you, Ms. Meenakshi, for the reaction. I could see your claps. Thank you. Okay. The next one is the curiosity gap. Let me just, come out of this topic. If your mom or dad is used to watch all these soapy serials, okay, there will be towards the end, somebody would have fallen down, and then there will be one todarum or to be continued. Yes. Why does it happen like that? Because they want to build up that curiosity. Humans, they naturally dislike incomplete information. We always want to put an end to that information. If you are not going to complete it, I will complete it. Yes, so that is how our human brains are. So you can see some examples like you will never believe what happened next. So you will have a question mark. What happened? What happened? Yes. Top 5 mistakes everyone makes. Usually in your social media post, you can see all this one. They will start top 5 mistake everyone makes. Wait till the end. Yes, so all these headlines, they create a curiosity gap. And our brain wants to resolve uncertainty. We don't want to continue with any uncertainty. We want to put a full stop to it. So platforms use this through clickbait. Whatever headlines you have seen, okay, they try to give you a catchy headline so that you continue watching their videos. Part 1, part 2, part 3, multi-part stories, threads, short form reels, part 2 tomorrow, everything. Okay, so what happens is we want to follow it. One best example is about your Netflix series. If it's a movie, you know for sure you can finish the movie in 2 hours time. But what happens the moment you finish episode 1, one more episode, just 40 minutes, finish episode 2, my head will break, I cannot sleep today, I want to see episode 3, and it keeps on continuing one after the other. Why? Because our brain wants cognitive closure. Keep this in mind. The next one is fear of missing out, which in short will be called as FOMO. This is also a very interesting one. Okay, so all these social media platforms, they make use of these principles only. What feeling do I get? Oh my God, without me, something important is happening and I'm left out. I'm not going to know about it. So, FOMO is the anxiety that others are having rewarding experiences while we are absent. It happens even when we gossip. 4 or 5 friends join together, they gossip. You arrive late to the class, you think, oh, they have gossiped without me. Yes, because that's human tendency. So same principle, same psychological principle is used by social media. Okay, so how does these platform trigger that FOMO feeling? Your stories will disappear after 24 hours. Your friend will come and tell, did you see her story? Oh, now it has disappeared. So next day, before others see, you will be watching whether your friend is posting the story or not, WhatsApp status or not. Okay, scene indicators, live notification, all these are various ways how platforms try to make use of this FOMO principle. Now, what are the psychological consequences? So, because you have that fear in you, that anxiety in you that you will be left out, you frequently check your phone. Your sleep gets disrupted. You develop anxiety. You are unable to focus, concentrate on your work. There is compulsive engagement with the social media platform. Next is variable reward schedule. Now, what is this variable reward schedule? Now, first day, your mother is trying a different dish. You start developing a liking for it. Okay, and you appreciate her. Ha, Amma, today it was different. I liked your dish. So, mama shouldn't think like, my son is liking the dish very much. So, from now, every time I will just do the same thing. So, after 1 week, every day you're getting the same dish. You get used to it. It no longer, rewards you, feels like rewarding experience for you. Correct? So, what does the social media do? They don't give you the reward in the same way again and again. Every time there is a change. You can see in the comic strip that girl keeps, scrolling. There is nothing interesting. She keeps scrolling. Why? Because she thinks, okay, this is not interesting. Probably the next scroll will be interesting. Okay. And then as she scrolls the next video, if you see, I have seen it. Okay, it's an average reel. All of a sudden, the third reel will be amazing. And then again, fourth one, it's an average one, or probably there is nothing impressive in that. Okay. So why this loop continues? Because there is uncertainty. There is a variable reward. You don't know when you will get the perfect reward, but you expect reward. Okay. So it is not uniform. It is not the same. You have a variable reward schedule. So what we are trying to tell here is your reward schedule, okay, doesn't create new human needs. Whatever human needs are there, your social media tries to amplify it. Accordingly, humans become vulnerable to these features. So we always want to be valued. We want to stay informed. We want to seek rewards. All these things existed from times immemorial. It is not something which has emerged now, but your social media platforms are maximizing it, are simply designed to activate these needs with remarkable precision. So, what should we do? We should first try to understand the mechanisms. That is the first step towards using social media more consciously rather than unconsciously influenced by the social media. So, that is the whole reason why I have chosen this topic. So with that, we are coming to the end of this segment 2 and we are moving on to segment 3. What is the psychology behind every scroll? Already, I have given you an example why people keep scrolling. Why people keep scrolling. Okay. Now, what happens is every swipe, every notification, every recommendation that you get is carefully designed to capture and retain your attention. All they need is your attention. Remember the first quote that I said, if you are not paying, you are the product. And when I say you, it is not you, it could be your attention, it could be your behavior. So they just don't provide content. We think like, she's a content developer. She's a content writer. Yes, they don't just provide content, Baba. They shape behavior using principles from psychology, from neuroscience and behavioral economics. So now we have to think, okay? I request you all to open your chat window. Just type it out. Are we choosing social media or is social media shaping our choices? What do you think? It's a time for the audience to respond. You can post your responses. 2 questions. Which one is correct? Are we choosing social media or is social media shaping our choices? I would appreciate that the audience give your responses on the chat window. Okay. Okay, I'm getting responses from Dr. Pandyam, Malati Arasu, Satya. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay, I could see mixed responses. Some people are choosing social media. Some have told like social media is shaping us. Okay. So it is okay. Towards the end, let me again come back to this question. I think that time you will be able to answer in a better way. Now, what I would say is, now think about your favorite app. Now, every feature in the app has a purpose behind it. Now, designers, anybody who's designing that particular app, they have a task. They have to think, how do we encourage users to stay longer in this app? What makes them come back to the app? And what increases engagement? I repeat the question that designers will think, how do we encourage users to stay long? What makes them return? What increases engagement? Do you know from which department or which sector the answer will come from? The answer will come from psychology. Okay, so it's very important that we understand what is the psychology behind social media. Now, here, when I ask you to read a book, okay, probably a small 60 pages book. Once you finish that book, do you think you will go for, come on, give me another book to read? No, because there is a last page, there is a natural ending. Yes, so all these ones are psychological stopping cues. It puts an end to your mind. Yes, you have reached the last page, you're done reading the book. But what happens in social media? Do we have any such thing? Certainly not. You continuously keep scrolling again and again. So this infinite scroll is one thing why we don't feel like stopping it. There is no last page, no natural ending, endless stream of content. Okay, your infinite scroll removes natural stopping points. So the moment you reach the end of the video, the next video is ready to be watched. Yes, so infinite scroll is one reason. The next one is about autoplay. What is this autoplay? Autoplay, as we know, the moment you reach the end of a particular video, automatically next video starts playing. So here you don't have a choice to make decision. Decisions are made for us. That's why I asked whether you choose social media or social media is shaping you. So here decisions are made for us. When one video ends, the next begins automatically. So if there is no autoplay, what happens? You will watch that video. Once that video ends, you make a decision whether you should continue watching the next video or you should quit. But what happens with autoplay? It continuously keeps playing. So you don't have any stopping cue over there. The next one about notifications. I have given a nickname to these notifications, which is called the digital doorbell. At home, what happens when somebody comes and rings the doorbell only, you go and open the door. Whereas here in mobile phone, the notification acts as a digital doorbell. They act as attention triggers. If you're studying, you get a notification that interrupts your studying, interrupts your working, interrupts your conversation, interrupts your sleep. And it creates anticipation. What anticipation? Not every notification is exciting. But one notification is enough. One notification is sufficient to disturb, to interrupt your work, and then you start engaging in the social media platforms. So that is why our scroll never ends. Next, moving on to read receipts and typing indicators. If you're chatting with your friend, there is an argument going on. Okay, you are telling something, your friend is telling something. Sometimes typing, dot. You will not keep your phone down. You will hold your mobile phone with you, checking what is the remark or what is the comment given by your friend. Yes. So features like seen, read, typing change the emotional dynamics of communication. So your typing indicator, it creates anticipation. What is he going to tell? What is she going to tell? So that leads to a lot of anxiety, expectation, and emotional investment. So you continuously again keep scrolling. The next one is about streaks. What if streaks don't break the chain? So how social media platforms ensure like you continuously keep scrolling? Because they reward you for your daily engagement. Whether you have used the app for 1 week consecutively or for a month consecutively, daily login streaks. Okay, so in a way, positively, if you see, yes, it helps you to keep up the momentum to maintain the progress. Okay, you don't want to lose it out. Oh, now see, I've lost one day, I couldn't do it. It's like a break. So your mind tells you, come on, keep following it. Don't break the streak. Okay, so that is one reason why you don't want to stop your scrolling. And then these tiny buttons are there, right? Okay, these tiny buttons which can create big psychological impact. Which buttons are they? Your like button, your, the love or support or celebrate. All these small buttons which are capable of creating big psychology impact. So when I say like, it is not just like, it is a social approval, it is a feedback, it is an appreciation, recognition from all your friends or those who are following you. And why we check it repeatedly? Because already we have seen we are all human beings. We want to be identified by a group. We want social validation. So constantly we keep checking. So positive side, yes, it can boost your self-esteem. It's a source of encouragement. But other side, it can also lead to unnecessary comparison, reduce self-esteem, or you start, seeking validation from others. And then reinforcement schedules. Now, we have already seen this. Not every reward needs to be predicted. Sometimes your post, which is very normal post, can become viral. What you think will become viral will not be noticed by many. So this uncertainty also keeps people engaged on social media platforms. Next, we are moving on to segment 4, where we are going to see about the major psychological theories applied to social media, because I'm sure like everybody is using social media, but we don't give much thought to what is the principle or what is the psychology behind it. So now we are going to see what are the various theories applied to the social media. So the first theory, I've not taken many theories, but these theories will cover, the major part of social media. So the elaboration likelihood model theory. Okay, so now this theory, it tells how people are persuaded. People are made to believe certain things and why some attitudes last longer than others. So according to this model, persuasion, I hope everybody knows the meaning of the word persuasion. You are made to believe, you are made to follow something. Okay, so persuasion occurs through two distinct routes. One is called the central route, the other one is called the peripheral route. Now, when do we take up the central route? Okay, central route I take when I think that the topic is personally relevant to me, it is important to me, and I have sufficient knowledge about it. I have enough time to, research, to collect, gather information about it. And I think critically whether I should believe this, I should accept this fact. So that is called the central route. What is peripheral route? Peripheral route, yeah, that is not very important, but if I know there is no harm to it, and people are distracted, they have a lot of information today, so the topic is unimportant, people are distracted, they lack knowledge about it, and they're under time pressure, so whatever others say, they go on with that particular information. So that becomes the peripheral route. So here you can see, so any message that comes in, okay, if you are a person who believes in central route, okay, you do a lot of research, you are motivated to know more about the topic, you do a research, you put in a lot of effort, time to know about the validity of the message. But in the current age, who has so much time to sit and analyze each and every video, every fact that comes on our way? So most of the time we are not motivated, we don't think critically, We don't invest so much of time and effort, but we go with the superficial information, and that brings in a temporary change in the attitude. So this is about elaboration likelihood model. The next one, okay, here is a simple example, okay, which route we are following. Okay, now you are going to buy a car after comparing mileage, safety ratings, and reviews. 1 minute. I hope you're able to see my screen. Can someone just unmute and tell me if you're able to see my screen? Okay, please. Thank you. So if you are going to buy a car after comparing mileage, safety ratings, and reviews, then it shows that you're using a central route. You're doing a lot of analysis. Buying perfume because a movie star advertises it, you have not invested. You don't know how much alcohol it contains or whether the perfume is really effective, how long lasting it is. Just because a movie star advertises it, you follow it, you buy it, then it becomes a peripheral route. Choosing a mutual fund after studying about returns and risks, central. Voting because a candidate has an attractive personality, that becomes a peripheral route. You select a laptop after, comparing specification, doing a lot of price check, you are using a central route. Buying chips because the advertisement is funny, that's peripheral. So that is about elaboration likelihood model. Next, we are moving on to the heuristic systematic model. So this model was put forward in the year 1980. Again, it's very similar to the model that we had seen earlier. Here, heuristic processing is quick, effortless, based on mental shortcuts. And I'm telling you, our human mind is something which is, which doesn't want to do much of hard work. It always prefers shortcuts. And systematic processing is something where there is careful, analytical, and evidence-based study to make the decision. So here is another example. So here you see 2 million followers. It's a verified account. Blue check mark is there. Thousands of likes are there. So without even analyzing, without even researching whether the information is true, we conclude that the information must be true. So this is called heuristic processing. Systematic processing, you invest your time, effort. Okay, you read the article, check the scientific references. Yes, the information is true. Then you conclude that the information is true. You are involved in systematic processing. So now, when we look at social media, you can understand like what kind of processing each user is doing. Instead of systematic processing, because of lack of time, lack of effort, we mostly do heuristic processing. And then the next theory, psychological theory behind social media, is about the social identity theory. So we have already seen how humans have evolved. Humans always want social validation, correct? So here, this theory explains how an individual's sense of self is influenced by membership in social groups and how it is going to affect the attitude, the perception, and behavior towards others. Okay, so it tells that people, if you ask me, I might have my own credentials, but when I go to a different country, I feel like I'm an Indian. So I identify myself with my nationality, religion, profession, gender. So that is how people prefer to be identified as. So they derive part of their self-identity and self-esteem from the groups they belong to. Who I am depend partly on the groups I belong to. And how does social media try to take advantage of this particular thing? Okay, you have this hashtag, right? We are all known for, creating new hashtags. So you have hashtag Team India, hashtag justice for someone, the hashtag teachers of Instagram, hashtag mental health awareness. Yes, so this is how, this principle is used by the social media. So it gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of belonging, gives them emotional support. They are able to identify them with that particular group. So with that, we have again come to the end of segment 4. And we are shortly moving on to the next segment. So what is that next segment? Now, here in segment 4, we discussed about the different models, the psychological theories. Now, in segment 5, we are going to discuss about the cognitive biases exploited by social media. Now, when I say cognitive biases, what does it mean? So when I say cognitive bias means, partiality, I can say, correct? So when I say cognitive, it is a systematic pattern of thinking which helps us to make quick decisions. Need not be accurate all the time. I make quick decision, but there is no necessity that it should be accurate. It can even lead to inaccurate judgments. So our brain, I have already told you, right? Our brain is always designed to save effort. It prefers shortcuts. Okay, so when it tries to choose shortcuts, save effort, the results need not be accurate. It can be inaccurate. So there are various cognitive biases that as humans we possess. So instead of giving you the definition, we will look at the caselets and then we will come up with the cognitive biases. So now imagine I believe that AI, very soon they will replace all the jobs. So the moment I believe this and I start watching one video of AI, YouTube will start recommending me various videos related to AI. Okay, AI taking over industries, AI replacing teachers, replacing doctors, replacing psychologists, blah, 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 blah. So you watch all the videos related to that particular topic. So what is this called? Already you have a belief. Yes. So these videos, they confirm your bias. So the tendency to seek, believe, and remember information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring contradictory evidence. Okay, they don't show you videos which are contradictory. So that comes under confirmation bias. The next one, something negative like, airplane crashes, kidnapping stories, or medical emergencies. So these are rare events, but they start, okay, these events are rare, repeated exposure. You get a feeling like, oh, nowadays it has become very common. It has happened, once in 10 years of time. But again and again in social media, you see the videos posted by different people, frequently, then you get a feeling, oh my God, nowadays, airplane crash has become very common. The world has become a dangerous place to live in. So that's the availability heuristic. So we judge how common something is based on how easily examples comes to mind rather than actual statistics. Here, it is not based upon data. It is not based upon the numbers or statistics. It is based upon how frequently, how commonly you witness something. The next one is negativity bias. We always say like we have to be positive. Yes, very good. But sometimes what we do is negative information affects us more than positive information. You have, 999 positive comments, but one negative comment will always stay in your mind. Yes. So your mind evolved to notice threats because survival depended on it. The next one is luxury. First, what they will do, they will show you a costly product, 5 lakh watch. Okay, oh my God, that's very expensive. Then they show you 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh watch. Okay, 1.5 is okay. Yes, suddenly the 1.5 lakh watch appears to be cheap. How? What is that effect called? It's called the anchoring effect. So your mind is registered to the first one. It has made a decision. It has made a belief. And when the second one is presented, you try to, alter your judgment. So that's called the anchoring effect. And then you have a famous fitness influencer. Okay, the person is not from that particular field, he's from some other field, but still he promotes cryptocurrency, skincare, financial investment. What happens? Eyes closed, people believe it, people trust it. So it's called the halo effect. What is halo effect? Because someone excels in one area, we ourselves, okay, we ourselves make a decision that it should be true. He is competent to, promote other products. Okay. Next, you repeatedly see the same clothing brand. Okay, first you feel like, what is this product? I've never heard about it. Nowadays, we have so many beauty products, or women, if you see so many beauty products, or men, so many clothing brands are there. First, you may think like, no, I have not seen it. Then you will see it in Amazon. You will see whenever you make any Google Pay, they will show you have won a reward. You scratch that reward, you will find the name of the clothing brand. Then it seems like, maybe now they are becoming popular. Okay, so your familiarity is changing your belief about the product. So that's called the mere exposure effect. So see how much of psychological principles are there behind social media. The next one, bandwagon effect. Yes, many people have liked that particular post. Many people are doing this, following this. Many followers are there for it. So our mind thinks if everyone likes it, it must be good. Otherwise, why people should like it? Our mind thinks in that way. So that is called the bandwagon effect. So people tend to adopt beliefs or behaviors because many others appear to be doing the same. The next one is authority bias. A doctor, okay, verified doctor. I am sure you all must be knowing Dr. Paul. Now, when he comes and tells like, why don't you have this supplement? It's very good. Immediately we start believing it because we know him as a competent doctor. So whatever he tells, we are going to believe it. So that is called authority bias. In halo effect, if Dr. Paul is going to recommend a car, luxury car, then it becomes a halo effect because we think Dr. Paul knows everything. Yes, but if he is going to recommend a supplement, then it's called authority bias. Sometimes we put pressure on the people, scarcity effect. In Instagram, they say offer available only today, last 3 seats, limited edition, exclusive interview, watch before it's removed, only 2 left, sale ends in 3 hours. Yes, so all these come under scarcity effect. So whenever there is scarcity, people try to value it, they try to give more importance to it. So with that, we come to the end of segment 5. So till now, we have seen the various psychological theories, the cognitive biases, why humans are vulnerable. Yes, now we are moving on to a little bit of technicality, okay, where we are going to discuss about the algorithms and the psychology of attention. I once again remind you, if you are not buying the product, sorry, if you are not buying, then you are the product.
Ma'am, it's almost going to be 6. So how far it will?
5 more minutes to 6, right?
Yeah. So how far you're going to balance, or we can put 2 section and next section also. Anita,
Okay,
are you
fine.
there? Anita? Wait, man. Anita? Anita Ramachandran, are you there? I think she's there.
No,
Anita?
ma'am, it's Anita Dayalan. I am a classmate of Ambika.
Okay.
Batchmate of Ambika.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought Anita Ramachandran is there. Okay, ma'am. We can put it that another day to have the extend the section as a part 2.
Okay, as you say, ma'am.
Or otherwise, how much time it will be? I can make to give 10 because you can't finish it in 10 minutes.
Yes, I may need 15 more minutes of time.
15 more minutes.
Yeah.
How far the participant is going to react to this one? So how many of you need?
Yes,
Ma'am,
let's finish it. Let's finish it. Let her continue.
Let them
Let her
continue.
continue.
Okay, better to continue.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So let me continue. I will try to finish it in 10 minutes as requested. Okay, so kindly spare some more time. I'm sure that it will be worth it. I'm not going to take or waste your time. So let me continue. So we are going to look at the various algorithms and the psychology of attention. So this is another quote which I always, remember. The world's most valuable resource today is no longer oil or gold. It is human attention. Since I myself is an educator, for me, students' attention is very important. Even now, I thank you all for your attention to this particular topic. So why do we say that? Because every minute, thousands of posts are uploaded. We have millions of people, 5.5 billion users across the globe watching various videos. We have a lot of interactions taking place. Okay, so here The algorithm's role is to decide what deserves your attention. If you remember in the chat window, you all posted whether we choose social media or social media shapes us. It is actually the social media, the algorithms which is shaping us. That was the intention of asking you that question. Now, what is a recommendation engine? As I told you, I'm going into a little bit technical part, the digital side of it, so that you understand the relationship between, the technical side and the psychology. So the recommendation engine is your personal digital curator. So it is an AI system that is going to predict the content that you will watch, you will click, you will like, you will share. So how does it know what you will be interested in, what content should be delivered to you? As I told you, all the statistics are captured from what you click, how long you watch that particular video, which videos you skip without watching, what do you search based on the keywords you search, what videos you like, what you comment on, what you share, what you stop scrolling. So everything is being tracked, and this AI system curates the content for you. So you watch one psychology reel, then you can understand the most of the things will be related to psychology. So here the algorithm is not trying to tell you the truth. Its only objective is how long can I keep this user engaged. That is the only thing that the algorithm looks at. So as a comparison, no two Instagram or YouTube home pages are identical. Why? Because each home page is personalized according to your digital behavior. Now, if Rahul is going to search for football, fitness, and cricket, his feed will be full of sports, fitness, cricket. Whereas this side, when Suman is going to, he's already depressed, he's stressed out, he's in anxiety, he researches about psychology and meditation, all his feed will be related to mental health, psychology, and wellness. So you can understand your digital footprint. Now, there is a concept called echo chamber. Okay, your recommendation engine, your algorithms, they try to create an echo chamber. I'm not sure whether you have heard about this term. This echo chamber occurs, whatever belief you have, whatever opinions you have, the social media will show you content which gets aligned, which gets reinforced with your existing belief. For example, if I support a political party, I will find videos in which people praise the political party, in which the achievements of the political party is being shown, and there is no opposing views related to what that will be shown to me. So it becomes an echo chamber. Echo, right? When you say something, it keeps repeating. Same way, if you have a particular opinion, so the same kind of videos will be shown to you. We also have something called filter bubbles. When I say filter bubbles, there is slight difference between an echo chamber and a filter bubble. So what happens, any video, when I talk about echo chamber, everything that aligns with your belief only will be shown. Filter bubble will filter which doesn't align with your belief. For example, we'll take somebody searching artificial intelligence. Rahul has clicked on a video where there is, a lot of AI jobs. So everything that is related to AI opportunities, career growth, that will be shown to Rahul. Whereas Vimal, if he is the person who has, has a fear because he is already anxious, he has a fear of losing his current job. So then he will be seeing everything related to job losses. So both are using internet, but they are seeing different pages, different content, which is curated by the recommendation engine and the algorithm. The next one, why do things go viral? Because anything that becomes viral need not be a good content. They try to evoke emotion. So when I say emotion, yes, it is related to psychology. Yes, so people like to share content that makes them feel surprised, or it makes them, gives them amuses them, or it triggers anger in them, inspires them. So everything that is related to emotion is used for spreading the viral messages. And even you won't believe, even reality shows that you watch, they all try to invoke emotions in the audience. The child will be a good singer, but they'll make the mother come to the reality show. They will weep in that show. Why? Because they try to create emotions in that particular show so that audience stay engaged. So as you can see, we call it as the attention economy. It is not oil or gold that is very precious. It is the attention that is the new gold. So attention is the new currency. Your platform, social media platform, collects the data. They personalize the data using recommendation engine, using various algorithms. They personalize the content and then they deliver to the user. Why they should do that? So that your attention stays on the platform. You are engaged on the platform for a longer time. Thereby, they increase their revenue. As simple as that. Segment 7, let me go a little fast on this topic. So all the social media platforms can be considered as a double-edged sword. You use it carefully, it's definitely going to help you. It's neither a hero nor a villain. It's a psychological tool whose impact depends on how you use it. So the same platform can give you hope and healing. The same platform can create anxiety. So here you can see the positive side. You can get a lot of peer support. There are a lot of mental health communities which can help you to, give you hope and healing. It can be used for education to spread, good information. And then you can use it to get some telepsychology. On the online counseling can be taken. Crisis intervention, when somebody is in crisis, they can share message on social media so that attention comes into them to help them. Identity exploration, you can be a good artist, but you never know what is your hobby or passion unless and until you watch it on social media. So all these are the various benefits of social media. Mental health risk, yes, it can lead to anxiety because you're always connected. You are never fully relaxed. It may lead to sleep deprivation, depression, loneliness. All these are the various health risks. Body image concerns. We have, cyberbullying. All these are the negative sides of this social media platform. Doom scrolling. You start watching a negative news. Okay. Recently, a popular actor passed away. You just go to that media, you will see all his news coming up over and over again. So, doom scrolling, internet addiction, you get, even if you don't have Wi-Fi for 1 minute, then you feel like, you start feeling bored. So, there is emotion that is spreading online. Somebody hates someone, then that becomes an hashtag hatred. Okay, so that becomes a contagious thing. So moving on to the positive psychology and digital well-being. Now, as psychologists or even people who have learned what is the psychology behind the social media, it becomes our responsibility to stay well informed and ensure our digital well-being. So we have to move from digital consumption to digital consciousness. So technology should be a tool that serves us, not a master that controls us. I would like you to remember this question. Instead of forcing you, okay, how do I avoid social media? You can start thinking, how do I use it in ways that enhance my life? Because in current generation, I cannot go and tell my students, no, so you are not supposed to use social media. If I'm going to tell that, I'm depriving them of their benefits. So I should ensure that as an educator, as a psychologist, we train our students in a way where they put social media into effective use. So it should not be how I avoid social media. Rather, it should be how I can use it to enhance my life. Mindfulness. Pause before you scroll. There is no stopping you, so you cannot stop at any point of time. But turn off, wherever possible, turn off unnecessary notification. Every app is asking you whether it can send you notification, especially if you go to Zomato. It will, burn your pocket because they write beautiful content. Even I have been, analyzing their content writing skills. Okay, so you will definitely feel like ordering food on Zomato. So that much skilled they are. So try to turn off unnecessary notification, schedule intentional times for checking social media, avoid mindless scrolling during meals or conversation, notice your emotions while scrolling. So instead of asking how much time did I spend, ask how did that time make me feel. If it's going to make you feel negative, then please skip that particular scrolling. And then plan for a digital detox. What is a digital detox? As informed earlier, plan out your timing for checking your social media. Planned break from digital devices. So that will help you to restore attention, emotional balance, and well-being. So it's like, not using your phone at all. You can use your phone within the stipulated time frame. So no screens 1 hour before bedtime, or social media free Sundays. When you go out for a walk, you will not use your phone. All these are digital detoxification techniques. And then comes self-regulation. In your mobile itself, you have do not disturb mode, or you have daily screen time limits. You can set the limit for your social media. And then coming to the resilience, yes, don't let every notification control your mood. Your friend would have written a comment and then you get agitated by it, you spoil your mood, you take decisions in haste. So there is a stop strategy. Stop before reacting, take a deep breath, observe your thoughts and emotions, and then you proceed thoughtfully. Don't write any comments which are not good for you or for your friends or for your social community. Why I'm telling this is, I'll give you a small example. Since I'm from Oman, I would like to tell you this. Now, going forward, there will be days when issuing visa will be based upon your digital footprint. What does it mean? Like, what comments are you posting on social media? Your social media presence will be tracked by the government. So kindly be mindful about what you post on the social media. So this is something which you have to remember. And then critical thinking, we have already discussed the various models. Our human mind is designed to choose the shortcut. So before you choose something, before you believe something, ask yourself the questions like, who has created this content? What is their objective? Whether it's a fact or opinion, before you start believing it or before you start sharing the information. And then media literacy, that is what exactly we have been doing it today. We have to know what is the psychology behind social media, how it works before you start trusting on the social media. So you have to understand how algorithms work, how recommendation engines work, what is the copyright policy, what is meant by privacy. So this media literacy will help students or even individuals to use social media in a better way. Okay, we are coming almost to the end of the session. So the psychology of flourishing in a digital age, yes, you cannot skip internet, you cannot skip social media, but you can, use them in a better way. So see how it can help your mental health, how it can improve your skills, how it can help you to grow. So don't be a passive user, be a conscious user. I'm sure like at least after attending this session, it will give you a different perspective to use your social media platforms. So what I would like to advise or, suggest is that now in the coming generation, okay, you have various types of psychology. Very soon, you will also have a psychology for the social media platforms. And beyond traditional psychology, psychologists will be expected to know about artificial intelligence, data analytics, research methods, neuroscience, ethics, design thinking, and communication. So don't confine yourself to the areas of psychology. You will have to move a little bit to the digital side, master yourself, and then you can understand that we shape our digital habits and our digital habits shape us. So with that, the future professional psychologist will have to be better equipped, because you will start getting a lot of cases who are cyber bullied, or you will have to provide them interventions for their stress, anxiety. So a future professional needs to know all these ones. So technology keeps changing rapidly, but behind every technology, psychology remains the foundation of every digital experience. So with that, I come to the end of this session. I've given my mail ID, ambikatheeducator@gmail.com. You can get in touch with me if there are any queries. So with that, we have come to the end of today's session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your patient listening.
Wonderful awareness section. That's all we can say. because we
Thank you.
have to learn certain things to handle the technology through the control process, and also we have to convey the knowledge to others in this related to the psychology, designs, and everything. Thank you very much. I think ma'am made to give the email ID, and I want 2 questions I can allow very quickly. 2 questions for interactive section. Come forward, pinpoint your question. You have to pinpoint your question. Please come forward regarding the section.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
I would
evening.
like to know whether we can help our children to, not be hooked on to the social media. What are the steps we could take?
Yeah. First, I would appreciate you for asking this question. So, first, you have to make your students aware. We were talking about media literacy. Just like how you have value education, I'm not sure whether you're from the schooling sector or from the higher education sector. So, whichever sector, it's our duty to keep them informed. Like once they get to know about the psychology, they can understand how they are being manipulated. Because as psychologists, we often talk about manipulation, narcissism. These are the usual things that we talk about. But when we talk about social media platforms, we need to ensure like our students are informed about what is the psychology, how their likes, how their comments are being manipulated by these social media platforms. Once they become aware, next time onwards, whenever they like something, they will think twice. So I think media literacy is something which has to be, taken to the students.
Thank you.
That will help them to be digitally,
Thank
conscious
you. An
citizens.
exceptional session by you. We were engrossed.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Others like to share? Otherwise, I will wind the section with VOT. So I will read most of the few feedbacks. Excellent section, very comprehensive. Thank you by Shabnam. Excellent section, Ambiga by Jaya. Sadasivam sir, well done. Nilima, nice section. Very informative session from Tanuja Kesha. Can I budget? I will get a link. I think a feedback link. I have posted to Mr. Satya sir. Exceptional session. Enjoyed listening. Please share your email ID. Ma'am, please post your
Yeah,
email ID. Excellent session
I've
by
shared it.
Anna Bindu. Request to share PPT. Thank you so much from Premila. Thank you for the valuable section. Kindly share your PPT. Excellent coverage of the topic and highly informative lecture. Please post and forward the presentation for further deliberation. Good awareness session, the impact of social media on us with a psychological perspective. Thank you, dear, from me. I made to post this one in the insightful section. Very much. Everyone made to appreciate the session. Very much wonderful section. We need more and more like this. Sure, it's going to be a benefit because the future is depend on the digital. So and the AI. So how far we are going to be cope up with this kind of a technology, and how really it is with the psychology as well as the somatic and psychosomatic relationship will be there in the impact, how we have to control and to bounce back. Everything is made to cover with the different form. Thank you very much. Accept with the permission, I will go ahead with the VOT. Accept the gratitude from each and every one of us in this platform, and also from the American College Madurai and the Department of Psychology, American College Madurai, with different associate partners. Yellow Point India Counseling and Wellness and Tamil Nadu Counselors and Psychotherapists Association. Thank you very much, ma'am. We need more and more section from you. So, ma'am's email ID as well as the phone number is there. I think you are in Overman